Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Some days ago, members of the National Assembly, especially those from Southeast, came together and they had a caucus meeting where some issues were deliberated upon, and topmost on their list was the issue of security and also creating a committee that will look into the case between the Nnamdi Kanu detention and the federal government. And they say that they will fully inform the Southeasterners about the development. And right now, IPOB has decided to commend them and have this to tell the South and the Southeast governors who have shown little or no concern about the issue. Not even any of them have mentioned it. Right now, IPOB have decided to talk to them and you get to hear what they have to tell them. All right, but before we give you details of this, I'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has described as loathsome and distasteful the silence of the governors of Southeast and South region over its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, continued detention by the Nigerian government. The group stated that the governor's attitude justified its position that they were complicit in the extraordinary rendition of the separatist leader orchestrated by the government of Nigeria and Kenya. It, however, commended the National Assembly members from the Southeast who, regardless of their party affiliations, constituted a panel on Wednesday to look into Kanu's travel and insecurity in the region. This disclosure was made in a statement by the group's spokesperson, Emma Powerful, obtained on Friday. The statement read in part, "We, the global family of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by the Nnamdi Kanu, find loathsome and distasteful the complacent attitude of Southeast and South governors and religious leaders over the fate of our leader following his abduction and extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. It's baffling that since June 19, that Kanu was abducted in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria in clear violation of international laws, the Southeast and South governors and religious leaders are yet to openly condemn the act or take any action to register their displeasure with the impunity of the federal government of Nigeria. This criminal silence strongly confirms our earlier understanding and fears that these hypocritical leaders and traitors may be part of our leaders' ordeal. While leaders from other zones are courageously speaking up for their own, governors and religious leaders from Southeast and South have kept mute for reasons best known to them. Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and Fulani governors in the north have never hidden their support for bandit killer headsmen who they have consistently advocated amnesty for, but religious leaders from the Biafran land are so afraid to talk of the release of Nnamdi Kanu, who committed no crime but asked for the freedom of his people, including these leaders and their family. We are watching and keeping records. When the chips are down, we will know who is who, the statement further reads. Wow, this is really a way of expressing their displeasure because of the level of quietness of the South and the Southeast governors. You know, the ideal time that Nigerians were expecting the Southeast to speak up concerning Nnamdi Kanu was actually when Buhari visited Imo State and had a town hall meeting with them. Most people had believed that as at that time, they will open up on some of the things which they find very distasteful, especially revolving around the people of Southeast. And one of it was the case of Nnamdi Kanu, at least to show concern and let the president understand that even when for any reason they feel that Kanu has offended, that at least he should be granted amnesty and also the due process should be followed if they were to extradite him back to Nigeria. But it didn't happen, Everybody seems to play down on that, and they were more focused on things that pertained to the future of Southeast, like, for example, presidency. Some people say that it's actually very, individualistic. In other words, it's quite a private discussion because it's strictly meant to favor politicians in the southeast, and key issues like insecurity and the need for Fulani headsmen to only be given ranching than the open grazing. Nobody talked about it, and it's quite it bothers the heart a great deal. That's why they're reacting. We're going to be looking at some of the reactions of Nigerians in this respect, because a lot of people have decided also, to talk about this exclusively, looking at some of the things that, has been happening in the eastern part of Nigeria. Someone says eastern state governors are more interested in their red caps and offices. Another one say they consider their profitability more than any other person's issues. Another person here says Nnamdi Kanu was not obedient to them. That is why you see them acting the way they are acting. Another person here says no matter how big you are and no matter how great you are, you need to submit to some person, especially when it comes to issue of ethnicity. But the case of Kanu was different because he was very independent, and oftentimes he promised them death. That is why they are silenced over his case. Someone here says Nnamdi Kanu's issue is quite different from what is obtainable outside. The governors do not want anything like separation from the country because it would jeopardize their own political future and destiny. So for you to expect them to speak for you is like picking up their own destiny and throwing it into the water, and that cannot be possible. People are talking here. Another person here says, well, at this point we just have to be quiet to watch how things unfold, but it is a lesson that everyone needs to learn. No matter how strong we are, we need to have someone that we adhere to. We need to have someone that we listen to. Another person here says the case of Nnamdi Kanu is really heartbreaking. My expectation was that by now they would have had more than 2 to 3 meetings with the federal government over the case of Nnamdi Kanu, but right now he's been treated even like the shite leader who nobody spoke on their behalf. Another one says, cow we no get tell. Now God they drive flies for him body. Right now, Southeast group, IPOB, do not have anyone to speak on their behalf. I think they should turn to God more, because right now, not even UN can help them out of their predicament. Another one here says, let the issue of Nnamdi Kanu not turn out to be the issue of shite leader who spend more time in jail than expected. Another person said, they are giving them time now for them to consider the situation of Nnamdi Kanu, and they are quiet over it. When the people begins to act now, they will say we are going overboard. We are giving the opportunity to speak for our leader, and nobody is doing anything about it except the members of the National Assembly who are from Southeast. We hope that tomorrow you people will not blame us for any actions we will take. A lot to talk about here. I want to leave you with this. Just go to our comment section. Let's interact. What do you have to say about the statement made by IPOB towards South and Southeast governors? Let's interact.